guys, welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steff. I would love to have you become part of our makeup family, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Alright guys, it is finally time to create some looks with this new BH Cosmetics palette. I picked up this new Mystic Zodiac Moon eyeshadow palette from Beauty Bay a couple weeks ago, and I also picked up I have it right here, I picked up the Sun palette. So you guys will see the Sun video likely go up in the same day as you're watching this video. One should go up in the morning and the other one should go up in the evening, so hopefully you'll be able to watch both of those videos. I have already uploaded my Lunar New Year palette video that was also from BH Cosmetics. So those were the 3 new eyeshadow palettes that they dropped over on the Beauty Bay website. As some of you might know, maybe you saw my video on this, BH Cosmetics did unfortunately file for bankruptcy here in the US. So it looks like their new releases are going to be pretty much in Europe, and thankfully we'll be able to order from Beauty Bay, those of us here in the US. And that is exactly where I picked up this palette. This palette, like the Sun palette, retails for $26. And let me show you what this 25 pan eyeshadow palette looks like. So these are all of the shades. This is more of the cool tone shades, and the Sun palette is definitely going to be more warm tone shades. I know a lot of you out there, you love your cool toned eyeshadow palettes, and sometimes I feel like I don't play with enough cool toned eyeshadow palettes. So I will be doing 3 looks with this palette today, and I'll also be doing 3 looks with the Sun palette in the next video. So hopefully you guys will get some inspiration. I know a few of you have already picked up this palette and you've been waiting for my video to come out. I am so sorry for the delay. It's been a very busy week, tied up a lot of loose ends, finalized a lot of things that I needed to do, and thankfully everything has just worked out, but it was a very busy week. So I will be creating 3 looks with this beautiful palette today. If you want to pick it up, it will be linked in the description box along with the rest of the makeup that I'm wearing. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. You guys always ask me about my lip color, and it is the new Fenty Beauty. I don't have it in the case, but it's the new Fenty Icon Semi-Matte Lipstick, and this shade is called Major Magnet. I did do a video where I swatched all of the new Fenty lipsticks, so I'll have that linked up above in case you want to check that out, and hopefully it'll help you make a good shade buying decision. So let's dive on into this Mystic Zodiac Moon palette from BH Cosmetics. If you guys want to see the 3 looks I'm about to create, keep on watching. Alright guys, let's dive on into this Moon eyeshadow palette. This blue has been calling my name, and so has this like gold shade right here. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to start with a gray. I'm going to start with this shade. It's called Crater, and I'm going to be working that in the crease. And guys, I forgot to mention this, but if you watch my BH Cosmetics Lunar New Year palette video, then you saw that I picked up the Constellation 12-piece brush set that was released alongside the Moon palette and the Sun palette. So I'll be dipping into some of these brushes today, and of course I did order them from Beauty Bay. Now I'm taking that shade on a Refer 01. Wow, look at that. Look at the pigment. And I'm just going to, I didn't think it was gonna come off this pigmented. Wow, okay. So I'm going to blend this into the crease. I think I'm gonna do a bit of a cut crease today. So I'm gonna drag this out a bit. All right, now I'm going to take this Natasha Denona gel liner in the shade Nude, and that's what I'm going to use to cut the crease. All right, so something like that. I think that looks pretty good. Now I think I'm gonna go in with this shade called Shadow. And I'm taking that on a damp Morphe M124. I'm gonna focus that on the center. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. The shade is called Twilight, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner. And I did spray my brush. I sprayed my brush for both shades. Oh, a nice little wing there. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. The shade is called Full Moon. Same brush, and I did spray it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this shade just right here. I'm just going back in with these other two shades. Okay, so now let's do some work on the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna go in, I think I'm gonna do this shade and then deepen it. Actually, no, we have one of these matte shades that has like that glitter in it, a sequin shade. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this shade and this shade on the lower lash line. I'm gonna start first with this one and then I'm gonna place this beneath it. This shade is called Waxing. This is a beautiful shade. Same brush. Now I'm going to go in with that lighter shade. It's called Space. Now I'm going back in with the shade Full Moon, which is what I used right here on the inner corner. Same brush. I just sprayed it as well. Definitely a cool toned look. I'm going to add a little bit more of waxing. Let me add some eyeliner. I am going to do lashes just because I was wearing lashes earlier and I feel like my lashes have a little bit of glue on them. And then I'll pop on and show you guys the completed look number 1. All right, guys, so here's the completed look number 1 with the new Moon palette. The lashes I'll be wearing in today's video are the House of Lashes Iconic Light, and the mascara I'll be wearing is this one from Essence. It is the Lash Princess Mascara. For the lower waterline, I went in with an LA Girl. Where did I put it? I think I put it away. This one right here. The Pastel Dream Eyeliner. This one is in the shade Lavender, and I did pick this up from Beauty Bay when I ordered this palette. First impression with the palette, guys, I don't think that this is the best BH Cosmetics quality. I feel like this is giving me Doja Cat palette vibes, that collaboration. So if you've tried that eyeshadow palette, I feel like the shimmers are performing the same way that the ones in that palette perform. The matte shades I think are better, but I don't know. Let me keep playing with it. I have 2 more looks to create, but somehow I don't think this is going to be that amazing BH quality that we've come to love and enjoy. But let's jump over to the left eye and start working on look number 2. Okay, so for look number 2, I want to do something with the blue and the gold. So let's see, I think I'm just gonna go straight into this blue. This blue is called High Tide, and I'm gonna be building that in the crease as well as the outer corner, and I'll probably deepen it up with the black shade right here. This is called Dark Side. And I'm gonna go in with the Capricorn brush from this BH Cosmetics brush set. I'm just kind of getting the shape together, and then I'm gonna use a different brush to blend out the edges. This is a nice, really pretty shade. All right, so now I'm taking a Rephr 13, and I just picked up a little bit of the shadow, and I'm gonna use that just to blend the outer edge. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to pick up that black shade, and I'm going to use the black shade in the outer corner. It's called Dark Side. All right, so I think that black did a good job. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. Let's see about a shimmer shade. I've been wanting to use the silver one. The silver one is called Shooting Star. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one all over the lid. Now I'm taking that shade on the Gemini brush, and I did spray it. Now I'm picking up High Tide with the Refer 13 just to blend the edges. A little bit more of Shooting Star. Okay, I like that. I think that looks pretty good. So for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. The shade is called Rising. And I'm taking that shade on the Scorpio brush. It's a nice cool toned brown shade. Kind of like a deep taupe. Ooh, I like that. I like that combination a lot, actually. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. The shade is called, or actually no, I'm gonna go in with this shade. The shade is called Voyage. I'm taking that on a little pencil brush, and I did spray it. All right, I think that's a little too dark for an inner corner. This still looks kind of cool. So I need to add something to brighten it up a bit. So I guess I'm just gonna try the white shade. Kind of took it away. It's a matte white. Okay, let's start over. That like totally erased the shade. Let's go into, let me try this shade right here. The shade is called Orbit. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Okay guys, I'm gonna add some liner, lash, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. All right guys, so here's the completed look number 2. I added some of my favorite blue liquid eyeliner from Shop Miss A. This is the AOA Studios Artista eyeliner in the shade blue. That's what I have on the top lash line. Can't really tell because of the lash band, but I did go over it a little bit there. For the lower waterline, I went in with this one from NYX. It was from that Casa de Papel collaboration. This was in the shade, or this is in the shade Blue Teddy. Not too sure if this is still available. I picked it up at Ulta, but I think if it's still available, you might be able to find it at on the NYX site, or does Beauty Bay sell NYX? If they sell NYX, maybe they have it, but it was a limited edition collection. I bought it a couple months ago. Same mascara, same lash. I forgot to tell you, the black liquid liner that I am wearing over here on the right eye is this one from Juvia's place. This is the Eyeline I Define Pen Liner, and it is in the shade black. Is it the shade black, or does it have another name? No, I think it's just black. And I got that one from Ulta. So I like this look. I feel like I got a better performance from the shadows in this look than I did this look. But I'm still not completely sold yet. I'm still not completely sold. So I'm gonna go wipe off this eye, and then I'll pop back on and we'll start creating look number 3. All right guys, so for this third and final look, we are definitely working with these 2 green shades right here. So I think I'm gonna start first with this shade up here. The shade is called Crescent. I'm gonna work that in the crease, and then I'm gonna build into the green, and of course, I'm gonna apply this green shimmer all over the lid. And I'm taking Crescent on a Refer 16. All right, now on this BK A502, I'm gonna go into this shade called Night. And this kind of looks like it's either a satin. Is that a satin or a matte? No, it's probably a matte. Actually, it could be one of those sequin shades, the matte with a little bit of glitter in it. Kind of hard to tell, and I haven't swatched the palette yet. I don't know how I feel about this shade. Yeah, this shade is going to require a little bit of work. Like it looks a little patchy. Okay, so I think that looks all right. Did take a little bit extra work though. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the green shimmer. This one is called Bright, and I'm gonna place that all over the lid. And I'm taking the shade on the Gemini brush. Now using a little bit of Crescent. Okay, so that looks good. I like that, that looks nice. So for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And I'm taking this shade on a BK207. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Bright, also on the lower lash line, and I am gonna spray that shade. I'm using a little BH Cosmetics pencil brush. Now for the inner corner, I'm just gonna go in with the matte white. All right, guys, so let me add the other falsie, some eyeliner, and I'll be right back to show you this third and final look. All right, guys, so here's the third and final look. What did I add? What did I add? Oh, some green liner. Another one from that NYX and Casa de Papel collection. This green liner right here to the top lash line and to the lower waterline. This one is in the shade Jarna. I don't know. I've never known if I'm pronouncing that right, but sounds like it's Jarna. And oh, I forgot to add mascara to the lower lashes. Let's do that right now. A little bit of Essence Lash Princess mascara. Okay, that'll do it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and wrap up today's video. Let me share with you my thoughts on the BH Cosmetics Moon eyeshadow palette. All right, guys, so after creating 3 looks with the Mystic Zodiac Moon palette from BH Cosmetics, I have determined that this is definitely that Doja Cat formula from that palette. If you've experienced that palette before, then you know what I'm saying. I actually don't even think that the mattes perform the way the mattes in that palette do. I think the mattes in that palette are a smidge better than what's in this palette. And while I do think the shimmers are nice, I don't feel like it's that in-your-face shimmer. These are more like traditional shimmers, just the way that is in that Doja Cat palette. I was, you know, a little disappointed with this one. Let's count the shades that I used. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I used 18 out of the 25 shades in this palette on the 3 looks that I created. You know, it's a nice palette. It's a cool toned color story, but do I think it is the amazing BH Cosmetics formula? No, I don't. I think this is a very middle of the road eyeshadow palette, and I definitely think you can find better. This palette retails for $26. There are 25 shades. You know, BH Cosmetics has done better, and I hope that they continue to do better. But this wasn't it. So now I'm not as excited to dip into the Sun palette, but you never know. You never know. Cool tone shades can perform differently than warm tone shades. If you haven't seen this one, I'm sorry, I didn't even show it to you, but this is what the Sun palette looks like. So I'll be playing with this next. You guys, again, will be watching. Hopefully these videos go up in the same day. That way, hopefully, I can help you make a good buying decision, whether you pick one of them up, both of them up, or none at all. That's what I'm here to do, to try it out for you guys. So while I do like all 3 looks that I created, it's not my favorite BH Cosmetics palette or formula. I definitely think, you know, adding the lashes and, you know, nice pops of color with the eyeliner, I definitely think that helped to elevate the looks. But you know, it's just not my favorite. BH has done better. As far as the brushes, I mean, I used the brushes in that Lunar New Year palette video, and I like them. I think they perform great. I was using this brush earlier for blush, and that's a nice brush set. That's the Constellation brush set, and it does go with these 2 new eyeshadow palettes. So maybe maybe if you pick up anything from the collection, it's going to be the brush set. BH always does a good job with their brushes, and that set is no different. But let me know your thoughts now. What did you think of the performance of this palette? Are you going to be picking it up? I know some of you have picked it up already. Maybe you have had a better experience than I did creating these 3 looks. And yes, while I think the looks came out nice, you know, it's not what I'm used to from BH Cosmetics. But let me know your thoughts now. I love to read your comments. Sound off down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.